I love football. I cannot get enough of football. I watch it on every level.
The emotional release. You know, whether it's an exciting play that gets you all jacked up and juiced, or whether it's the fact that you're able to pour everything you have. Whatever frustration you had that week, you can put into that first kickoff coverage, that first block that you have, whatever it might be.
And I couldn't think of anything better to do to fill that void that you have as a football player than to get into coaching.
You get a chance to release a lot of emotion that you otherwise have no place to release. There's nothing else like that.
Again, the relationships you build and the people you're around, and watching the guys compete, not just on the football field, but in life after they get done playing. It's just an amazing game.
And don't forget to check out and order your copy of our latest book, Stiff Arming Football Myths. You can find this available in both paperback and PDF form on our website at footballgameplan.com/books. Most teams wish they can hit on first-round quarterbacks like Pittsburgh did with Ben Roethlisberger. The 12-year vet out of Miami of Ohio is coming off his best statistical season as a pro, throwing for nearly 5,000 yards, 32 touchdowns to only 9 interceptions. Roethlisberger also completed 67% of his passes with a passer rating of 103.3. He's well-versed in Todd Haley's offense, and Pittsburgh has done a great job keeping offensive talent around him. And when it's all said and done, Big Ben will go down as the best quarterback in Steeler history. Both Bruce Gradkowski and Landry Jones will battle for the backup role. In my opinion, the latter two players on the depth chart, Taj Boyd out of Clemson and rookie undrafted free agent Tyler Murphy out of Boston College, would be better suited in the number 2 and number 3 role. Both are better passers and better athletes. The Steelers will be without talented running back Le'Veon Bell for the first 3 games of the season due to suspension. The third-year back out of Michigan State nearly put together a 1,000-yard rushing and receiving season last year, putting in his claim for the best all-around back in the NFL. In free agency, the team signed D'Angelo Williams from the Carolina Panthers, and he'll do a fine job keeping the ground game on pace until Bell returns. I also like Josh Harris, Dre Archer, and undrafted rookie free agent Ross Sherman out of Lafayette. I believe this is a strong group able to get the job done, and in my opinion, Dre Archer has the game-breaking ability if they don't get overly creative on how they use him. Just turn around and hand him the football. Pittsburgh got strong play from the receiving core last year. Antonio Brown led the NFL in receptions with 129 and in yards with nearly 1,700. Even with the extra attention he was able to produce, partly because of Marcus Wheaton and also then rookie Martavis Bryant, they were each effective individually when their number was called. All 3 receivers are under the age of 27, which bodes well for them continuing to grow together as a group. In the draft, the Steelers added another wide receiver in Sammy Coates from Auburn, whose game is similar to Bryant but is a more physical player. At tight end, Heath Miller remains one of the best in the league. Miller finished 3rd on the team in receiving, and the Steelers hope to work a second receiving tight end in the mix, as Matt Spaeth is their blocking tight end. Rookie 6th-round pick Jesse James from Penn State and second-year player Rob Blanchflower are the 2 candidates. The Steelers have quietly built themselves a quality offensive line. They are particularly strong on the inside with Mike Pouncey, the All-Pro center, and David DeCastro, who is exactly who we thought he was going to be when he came out of Stanford. Guard Ramon Foster is a solid, dependable player, and the depth on the interior is also there with 2 really good undrafted free agents in B.J. Finney out of Kansas State and Reese Dismukes out of Auburn. Both were widely regarded as some of the best in college football at their position. They'll provide depth at both center and guard respectively. On the edges, Marcus Gilbert has settled in nicely at right tackle, and he got some good play from left tackle Kelvin Beachum as well. Depth is a question there at the tackle spot with Mike Adams and Mitchell Van Dyke being the only veteran tackles. Another quality reserve, I think, is Cody Wallace, who can play multiple spots up front. Pittsburgh's defensive line will be counted on to be a few notches better this season. The pieces are in place for it to happen. Last year we saw both Cameron Hayward and Stephon Tuitt elevate their game. Hayward has gotten better each and every season and led the team in sacks last year. Expect Tuitt to take even bigger strides in 2015. Nose tackle Steve McClendon brings a ton of quickness off the ball, which leads him to his versatility as a pass rusher. Look for nose tackle Daniel McCullers to continue to make big strides in his game, as he's only in his 6th year of football. Cam Thomas is a versatile player that provides depth, as well as rookie 6th-round pick Latarius Walton out of Central Michigan, who can play multiple spots. When the Steelers are dominant defensively, it's because the second level is wreaking havoc, and this is something that they have to get back to. Honestly, the talent is here for them to get it done. The players just have to realize that potential. The club needs Jarvis Jones and Ryan Shazier to become impact guys. First-round pick out of Kentucky, Bud Dupree and Sean Spence have to respond when their number is called with great play. Right now, they're getting consistent and excellent play from inside backer Lawrence Timmons, who led the team in tackles. Arthur Moats also played some solid ball last year for the Steelers. Now, they brought back James Harrison, who was retired, and last year Harrison was 3rd on the team in sacks with 5.5. You look at rookie outside linebacker Anthony Chiquillo out of Miami, inside backer Roosevelt Nix, and outside backer Howard Jones. There are guys that'll have to play their way on the roster via special teams, but in my opinion, they are talented enough to where you have to find ways to get them on the field in rotation. Just like the linebacking core, the secondary has to play better, and quite honestly, I also believe they have the talent on the roster already to do so. The Steelers only picked off 11 passes as a team, 9 of which came from the secondary. Gone is future Hall of Famer Troy Polamalu and cornerback Ike Taylor, and Pittsburgh is looking toward both Shamarko Thomas at safety and cornerback William Gay to fill that void. I will look at rookie 2nd-round pick Senquez Golson out of Ole Miss as a possible starter opposite of Cortez Allen, who's back and should be 100%. Golson has some of the best instincts and ball skills I've seen in a while, and Gay is better suited to play inside. Like I said before, Allen should be 100%, dealing with nagging injuries last year, so he should be better. Antoine Blake also made a name for himself last season with his play. 2 more draftees to factor in the mix: safety Gerard Holloman out of Louisville and Doran Grant out of Ohio State. Holloman led the nation in interceptions last year, and Grant is in the mold of Cortez Allen. And there are some guys like safeties Jordan Dangerfield from the Brooklyn Bolts of the FXFL, who came over late last season, Alden Darby from Arizona State, and cornerback Kevin Fogg, who also played in the FXFL, that are good players in need of an opportunity. Solid special teams unit here for Pittsburgh. Punter Brad Wing, I believe, will stabilize his game and become a weapon. The kicking game is in good hands with Sean Schweesum, and the return game is also in good hands with Antonio Brown and Marcus Wheaton. Dree Archer is a valuable option in case Pittsburgh wants to give either one of those guys a breather. I have the Steelers finishing 2nd in the AFC North. I see Pittsburgh being an extremely tough team this year. The pieces are in place defensively for them to improve, and it's all about finding the right combination to make it work. If that gets figured out early, they could find themselves going far in 2015. And also want to give a huge shout out to Steeler fan forums for always showing football game plan support.